I also checked out the My Hero Academia movie.
Oh yeah.
Saw that shit. Takes place between seasons 2 and 3, I believe. So, proper little self-contained movie story. Obviously, you don't really need to worry about it if you're like current as to where it's taking place.
Mm-hmm.
That thing is really, really nicely animated. It's got some very, very pretty things happening. Um, I, which one? I don't know. The one that just.
Yeah, there's two movies now.
Oh God. Let me look it up. The one that came out here. Give me a second. I just bought the ticket. Said My Hero Academia on it. I didn't look at the subtitle for it. Scroll. Heroes Rising. Heroes Rising. Is that the first or the second movie? Heroes Rising is the second movie. All right, so I went to go see Heroes
Apparently
Rising.
that takes place like ahead of the anime.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I liked it. It was a little side bit, and they kind of just go and have a little proper self-contained story in a self-contained location with self-contained characters, as a movie would do, because anything significant can't happen in a movie otherwise. What the fuck?
Yeah, but does Deku use his new big robot arm?
He doesn't.
He got later.
He doesn't. No, that's not the thing. The thing about the movies, of course, is that there's always got to be like shit that feels like it should be insanely significant, but then you kind of are like, well, whatever we do with this, it cannot affect things in a way that like you'll miss it in the show. You know what I mean?
It has to be episodic.
Yeah. So there's some cool stuff in there that you kind of are like, okay, watching this movie I don't want to spoil it for anybody that hasn't seen it, obviously, but watching this movie, you'll be like, holy shit, there's some crazy shit here. If you don't see it, I imagine you'll be able to just continue watching the show fine. But it's totally worth it to watch it because there's some cool shit in it. And I feel as if, even though things kind of start and end with a neat little bow, it's worth it. It's worth the journey. It's worth checking out. Yes, the movies are canon. Totally, I get that. That's fine. What I'm saying is when you make
they
it.
are?
Yeah, the movies are canon, right? But what I'm saying is when you make a movie that people might not see, you don't want to put anything in it that someone who's watching only the show, for example, would be super confused by. And it feels like what we saw in
I don't
this.
know. I feel like people do that all the time. Like, wasn't the Broly movie like just part of the main storyline?
But I guess I wasn't watching Super, so I don't know how they handled that. Did they handle that in an exact similar way? And it just was like,
I'm not familiar, but I know that the Broly movie came out and counted.
So was there an episode where suddenly, if you only watch the show, Broly just existed in Super and then he wasn't there before, or did they handle it?
I don't know. All I know is that the movie came out and it counted.
Yeah. Okay. Now I'm not. It's not arguing about whether it's canon or not. I'm not saying it's not canon. That's not ever I didn't ever say that it wasn't. What I'm saying is you can have canon that is like conveniently insertable and removable based on like, I don't want to elaborate too hard, but basically, can you safely take 2 episodes, make a space and insert it and then remove it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of what I'm getting at. I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm saying, is this something that if a show watcher doesn't see, they'll not feel as if they're missing out on something? Does that make sense?
So is it Kingdom Hearts or not?
I don't know
Because
about
Kingdom Hearts had the problem where every single piece of supplemental material was not only canon but important somehow.
Okay, hold on a second. I am understanding part of the confusion here. When I said self-contained, I did not mean non-canon. When I said self-contained, my usage of the term self-contained means it introduces support characters and villains that are only relevant to this moment, and in the same way that like you can have a self-contained episode if, you know, Froppy goes off on a side adventure and hangs out with these people, and then at the end of the day that's her thing and that's all there is to it. Like I'm saying it's kind of like it introduces there's an island, there's people on it, there's stuff, there's villains, there's whatever.
Oh, there's fake island.
But it's not fake movie island. But it's just it's over there. You know?
I still remember there was like a fucking Naruto movie that came out, and Naruto goes to the frozen lands of not real
yeah. So that shit is like whatever.
And it was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah. Or like there's the one where like he's literally walking around what looks like a modern day Tokyo. And it's just like, what is happening here? Yes. That shit is you know, ridiculous. But no, I don't. Literally, when I say self-contained, I just mean like conveniently, like tells you everything and wraps up in the one sitting, you know, so that like you're not gonna have a character introduced in this movie suddenly just appear on screen somewhere without an explanation. Now, if that does happen with Broly, for example, because I'm not sure if it does, then that would be totally the opposite of what I'm describing. In which case,
yeah, well, Dragon Ball doesn't give a shit.
In which case, Dragon Ball just didn't give a shit. Yeah.
This is Dragon Ball. You saw the movie, right? Dragon nerds, right?
And if a Dragon nerd didn't see the movie, did Broly just suddenly?
I guess they're not a real Dragon nerd. They're Dragon Balls.
Did Broly just suddenly appear in the show? I don't know. I don't
think it started back up yet. I think that's where the confusion comes in.
Okay. Well, in any case, I think it was pretty cool. I think you should watch it because there's some cool ideas.
Well, there's also manga spoilers in it, so I'm probably not going to watch it until that shit has passed. Yes. The long and short of it that has kept going up is that it has been baffling. Is that they made a deal where they're gonna put out a movie like every year, every 2 years, and they're gonna be concurrent with what's going on in the manga, not the anime. So all the movies will be spoilers if you're just watching the anime.
Okay, so someone says it's like Kamen Rider, where the movie happens and then the next episode everyone goes, ah yes, Mizuki, we know them and what they did. Or anime filler, where the people exist but they just never show up again. Right. Okay. There you go. Okay, well, I'm trying to think about like, well, how about this? If there are
apparently it is a character that showed up that you assumed was part of the movie universe is actually a manga character.
Okay, I see. There's I could take a guess as to who they're talking about. Yeah, if they're talking about who I think they're talking about, there's a face that you see that you're just like, wait, who's that? And then like they're not around for long. But I definitely didn't hit anything that I was like, oh fuck, was I supposed to know that? I don't know how we got here. You know, that didn't really strike me. But yeah, you know what? I don't know what I don't know. So I don't know, man. I'm just trying to say
it's gotten really bizarre for me.
It's good. Like, it's a good movie. That's all I'm trying to say. I liked it. The animation was cool. It had some good ideas sorted out.
That show's become really bizarre for me because, like, I don't know what the fuck is Google doing to me, but like I'll open up Chrome and it'll be like, hey, you like Hero Acca, right? Here's a fucking anime news article about the recent manga chapter, and it's literally always like, I can't believe that guy was evil the whole time. And it's like, are you fucking, thanks, internet. But every time that has happened so far, I've gone, oh shit, I can't wait for that to happen. You know, it's never been like, oh, bummer. Oh, geez. Instead, it's always like, oh, that sounds cool. That'll be nice.
Yeah. Rad ideas are rad, and it's nice to know that good show continues to be good. I remain consistently impressed with how absolutely middle of the road My Hero is in its ambition, and how like it's because mediocre is the wrong word, because it implies that it's not excellent, but it's really just predictable and solid and normal and fun,
Hey, Woolie, I asked you a question that's fairly spoilery in your Discord chat. I want to ask, could you answer that for me in a yes no?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so fun fact about that. So I'm gonna dance around this, but anybody who's read the manga or knows what I'm talking about will know.
Yeah.
So do you remember that the author of Hero Academia has gone on record saying how much he regrets making Bakugo into like a completely unrepentant piece of shit?
Yeah.
And can't seem to work it back far enough.
Because he's such a bully.
Nothing he does seems to be able to fix that character.
He's such a bully. Yeah. Without changing him completely, I suppose.
So the deal is that before that was ruined, right? Before that was the problem.
Yeah.
The end of this movie was supposed to be the end of the whole story.
Ah, okay.
And then at some point that became like completely impossible to do.
Okay.
And he's like, no one will want this.
Okay.
No, everyone will be mad.
Okay. Well, then they just threw it in here instead.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's fun. That's cool. Yeah. Now, Bakugo is a really interesting character that, like, if you love your himbos, then you got yourself a good one. And if
you got a bunch of himbos in that fucking show.
Yeah, but if you like your bully himbo, you got him.
What if you like your spacey himbo?
Well, because if you like you got a bunch of himbos to pick from, but like only one of them is the bully himbo. You know,
that's right.
If you want Bakugo, but you don't want him to be a jerk, then pick the redhead.
Yeah. So, and if you want the redhead, but you want him to be stupid, pick Kaminari.
Yeah. And
then no one picks Mineta, ever.
For any reason. That character should die.
That character, I've been on this bandwagon
Minetta
for
should
a year
fucking
now.
Die.
Minetta exists as part of the core cast that can get killed by a new villain.
It would clean up the roster. It would clean it up.
Establish that the villain is real.
I mean, Minetta exists as a the only redeeming thing I will say about Minetta is when he shows up, I like how his art style is different from everyone else's.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the only thing I got going on him. Please murder this boy quickly. Please speed it up.
It's so weird because everyone else, it's usually when you have like a weirdo garbage scumbag character in an anime or a manga, they exist in a weird I don't know what to call them, scum sphere.
Yeah.
In which they're like irrationally protected from their horrible behavior.
Yes.
And Minetta's totally not. Like everyone hates him. And he's always in trouble because everyone hates him.
Yeah, but his pervy shit keeps him from ever having real moments. Yeah. You know, the most you get is like a punchline real moment where he bleeds from the head as he's like saving the day but also yelling something fucking awful. And you're just like, no, nah, that character can pretty much go.
That character can die. He'll get some crazy fucking hero moment.
Maybe.
And everyone's gonna be like, what? Why?
But here's the problem. Time skip can't save that boy.
You don't know that.
Can't do it.
You don't know that.
I feel like everything can be solved with a time skip except Mineta. It's too much, man. It's too deep in. It's the only thing going on with his personality. Yeah. Until further reveals. The only thing we've been given about his personality, I'll say. I'll word it that way. Not it's the only thing we know. But yeah. Otherwise, check the movie out for some fun stuff, and check it out for some proper My Hero Academia emotional manipulation. They go hard on the tears.
Do you feel like Mineta is like the trap character in that it's the character like, okay, I want everybody to like all the characters that I like, so I'm gonna make one that's just straight garbage to just like catch all of the hatred?
I mean, it's not a bad idea, right? It's not a bad idea to create the lightning rod for everyone's ire. But when you think of other shonen rosters and you think of the perv, there's never like nothing but perv.
They have more than just that.
Exactly, right? So you want another version of this take, right? Let's go look at Jiraiya. Jiraiya is a perv, and he's got
also an old man,
and he's got other things going on, and then Jiraiya ends up being a character that you're like, yo, that was pretty cool. All right, you did the thing.
Roshi's cool.
And everyone
got a lot going on.
Everyone was rooting for him in the tournament, right?
Yeah.
Everyone wanted to see Roshi fucking flex because he hasn't done shit for the entire franchise. So you get that.
Yeah, and he's like, now show me your titties, though.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, you old man.
Now the old man in My Hero is just fucking Mega Man, and he's cool. He's got no problems. He's just ornery, but he's not a perv. He's fine.
Oh, it's the fact that Mineta is like a person the same age as the rest of the cast. If it was an old person,
he'd be deflected against it.
He'd be deflected. Hey, does everybody remember how like hilarious everybody thought that one teacher in Azumanga Daioh was the first time you watched it, and then like that joke became like less funny every time you watched it?
And it's the open mouth, man. It's the open mouth that does it for me, dude. Like the specter, right? If that teacher was hot, those bits would be way different. If that was
It'd be way different.
If that was a fucking Kaji looking Bishi with his chest open,
then that show would be popular with women.
Yeah. Imagine blonde Kaji as the sensei with the button down and the top two open, and he's the same guy with the same lines. No good. No good. Nuh-uh. I don't want it.
Man, all this talk about how Mineta is pervy garbage, like it reminds me. So hey, I don't know if you...
Nudist beach. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, he exists.
Exactly.
He literally exists.
It's the same bit.
He fucking exists. Oh my god, totally. Kill la Kill did it.